today I explain everything about the iron. And let's go see what the boys are doing anyways. JJ is looking at Mama with loving eyes. He adores his Mama. He never puts his eyes away from his Mama. Aren't you? Your Mama's lovey-dovey, don't you? And Rooney down there. He's sleeping. Okay, everything about the iron today. So the PugMomma has too much iron in her body, and she was referred to a hematologist. By the way, this is hematologist number 1. And when I went to his office, he says I have hemochromatosis. Hemochromatosis is a genetic condition where you have a mutation in your genetics and it makes you load a lot of iron. And when you have that iron in your body, it can also sit in your organs, especially the liver. And it does have all the symptoms that PugMomma had. And most of the symptoms probably came from the iron loading. So she was working with first hematologist, and the one safe way to get iron out of your body is phlebotomies. That means you have to go and they take out some blood, so make new blood, and this new blood doesn't have that much iron. The first phlebotomy, the Mama passed out. They had to give her a mask. She was not feeling good. Thank goodness her big kid was with her, and he was driving and he was taking her home after a few hours. The next few phlebotomies, they took only a little bit of blood out, and every 2 weeks the Mama had to go, and every time she had a phlebotomy she was not feeling well. She was at home for 3 days every time she had a phlebotomy, every 2 weeks. Now this doctor did a bunch of tests, and one genetic test to find the happy gene, which is the one for hemochromatosis. And he was convinced, and I was convinced because he was convinced, that I have hemochromatosis because of my family heritage, my family history, and the way my iron panel looked like. My ferritin is really high, and it has to come and be lowered. And sometimes ferritin can be really high when you have inflammation. So we did all the tests again. What I knew, I don't have any autoimmune system. I don't have any of the inflammation, and none of those I knew I have, because those tests have been done many times over the years. I requested an MRI of my liver to see if iron was already in my liver and how my liver looks like. And since the hematologist thought, well, maybe possibly we could do that because it could be fatty liver as well. Genetic tests came back and the Mama was negative for the HEFA gene. So she does not have, according to the doctor's DNA test, the hemochromatosis. I had done a little bit of research and I knew there's more different variations and variants, and the doctor only tests for 2, but there's actually 5 or 8 depending on your age. And so what I decided is get my own DNA test. I went to Ancestry, got my own DNA test, and I put it in a tool it's called Check Iron. And I met the guy, he's from England, online through Facebook, and he's the creator of the tool, and he was also helping me to figure out about the hemochromatosis. When I got my DNA test back and put it in his tool, I do not have hemochromatosis genetic form. That means I have hemochromatosis secondary through something else. And my hematologist, when I told him, he did the test anyways, he didn't believe me, and he kept going on with the phlebotomies, and he told me he doesn't want to do any more tests. He just wants to take out my blood until my ferritin is below 100 and I should be feeling better then. And there's no need for more tests. When I asked him where the iron comes from, he had no explanation, and he just wanted to do no more tests and the phlebotomies. And that's when I was looking for my second hematologist. And we get to this in the next video.